and welcome to the BIM Kitchen. Super excited to be here today. This is our first recording, and I'm joined by my lovely co-founder, Xenia Gordienko.
Same here, my beautiful co-founder, Anneka.
Thank you.
Yeah, really looking forward for our dialogue, for interviewing each other and sharing with you what we're actually doing here. Anneka, please share with me who you are.
Well, I'm a person who's very open-minded. I enjoy exploring new places, new cultures, traveling, and yeah, just up for a new adventure all the time.
That's very true. What brought you to the place where you are? So we're in the same position, both VDC managers in different companies. How came?
Yeah, so my background is architectural. I studied architectural technology at Sheffield Hallam University. I found as a child I was always very into art, technology, maths. I like to make things. So that kind of led me down the architectural route. After studying architecture, that's where I first discovered BIM. So I always had BIM in the background, but I was looking for more. I wanted to pursue a master's degree and came across the opportunity to study nuclear physics somehow. So I ended up bringing that kind of design element with me to the nuclear industry and work in all kinds of sectors. So I had a great opportunity as well to work in the nuclear team within Arup. So I came from a very design background and then moved to Vancouver and went from design to construction. So here I am now working as a VDC manager at Turner Construction and really enjoying it so far. How about you? Tell me who you are.
Tough question. I'm a yogi, and I love different cultures, exactly like you. I like actually different religions, and I like to read religious books in their regional language. So it forced me to learn many different languages.
That's great. And then, yeah, so how did you, again, get to here as being a VDC manager at Etro Construction, whose lovely kitchen we're in right now?
Thank you, Etro, for hosting us. I was born and raised and got my first university degree in computer science in Russia. And then I moved to Germany, where I studied architecture and started to work for Strabag and was working there for 7 years under Konstantinos Kisuris. I was developing different BIM standards and majority of the time spent on the tender phase of the projects. Projects as well, nature of the beast, BIM projects are large and or challenging. There were projects around Europe, of course, because of Strabag, and Gulf countries, because it was exactly the Gulf countries boom. And because of my first language, my mother language, Russian-speaking countries were as well in my focus and in my responsibilities field. And in 2016, I moved from Germany to Vancouver, where we are right now. I got exposed in the executional portion of construction with Elisdon, and now I'm VDC manager with Etro. That's it's a pleasure.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, I guess we met in Vancouver, so
Vancouver brings people together.
Yeah, one of those BIM meetup events. So
yep, and then BIMBC, yeah.
Great to find you there.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this woman is so smart. I just need to catch her.
You've traveled lots and you have quite a varied background. What inspires you?
Actually, I noticed that I love analyzing things. And by analyzing, I mean really deeply understand why this building, for example, looks how it looks like. And like, what is first, functionality or form or functionality, right? Why the things happen, how they happen. And little screws can change a lot. So my inspiration is coming from this aha moments, where aha moments where, of course, to go there to these aha moments, it's usually out of your comfort zone. So I am definitely not the muse person. Muse is not visiting me, but I notice that the most aha moments I'm receiving if I'm deep in my analysis process.
I see.
Yeah, so it's kind of like my way to get there and in the space of ooh, yeah, I got something. It looks nice.
Sounds like a fun place.
What about you? What inspires you?
For me, I really felt inspiration when I worked for a charity and did a project out in Uganda, and the feeling I got was something you just can't. I find it hard to replicate that thing, and just seeing how you can change a community from design and construction and really solving a problem. That's inspiring to me.
What do you think, or do you feel maybe if you heard the word BIM or abbreviation BIM?
I'll start by saying what I used to feel. So I used to feel curious. So, what is this 3-letter acronym that I don't know? There's so many 3-letter acronyms in the world.
Particularly in North America.
Yeah, so when I hear BIM, I was like, what is that? What does that mean? And when I discovered it, and now that I'm actively working in BIM and trying to implement BIM, I feel somewhat excited, I guess, driven. I feel the sense of positivity because I feel, to me, BIM is a direction that we are heading in and we should be heading in. So if anyone mentions BIM, I'm like, yep.
I know what I'm speaking about.
Yeah. So it's a bit more positivity for me. Yeah. How about you? So if I say BIM?
Yeah, I think exactly how you said, like working on this truth and now fully understand what is it, what it was, what is it for different people, for different companies, and where it's moving. I have like a deep wish, if I'm hearing that, just stop to speak about this and theoretical portion, and just I'm looking forward that BIM became like an absolutely normal standard portion of our construction progresses. Yeah, so we will just stop saying BIM. It will be just something else, or it will be just construction. Like, like if I will say to you, I will call you. You don't ask me anymore. It will be your home telephone number or your cell phone, right? It will be just like clear that I will call you on cell, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think that BIM is the way you should work, and not necessarily siloed as well. But it is here. It is an acronym that's here to stay forever, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the understanding of what BIM is.
What is behind, yeah. And well, that's, I think it's the reason why we are speaking about this, right? To clarify this understanding, and so that everyone will be familiar with this.
Another important question, very important to our kitchen here. Do you cook, and what's your favorite dish?
It was actually the most difficult question. Yes, I love cooking, but it was not always my hobby. I think it's exactly love to analyzing things brought me to the place where I am cooking so much. Just because I really was curious to understand why this tastes in the way how it tastes and how I can repeat it, right? I'm not this type of eater who's just enjoying and just need to understand how it was done. My favorite dish is frequently changing, seasonally changing, but it's always something in common. It's always about veggies, and it's always about colors. Right now, my favorite dish is a vegan ceviche from Rao Manda, and I will leave some comments, a link to this recipe. Try it out.
It's definitely super tasty. Mangoes and avocados combined is like...
You cannot do anything wrong with this, right? What about you? Do you like cooking? What is your favorite?
Yes. I grew up with cooking, naturally coming from an Indian background, often in the kitchen, helping out,
I'm
learning
so jealous.
ways how to make a round chapati. Yeah, and a favorite dish, that's very tricky because I love all kinds of food. I eat many types of food. Apart from meat and fish now, as I'm vegetarian, but definitely all my dishes will feature vegetables of some kind. And I'd say the most common food that I cook is definitely Indian food as well. We have the same base, and then we just apply other vegetables in between. So,
what is the most frustrating or the most challenging portion of your work?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think for me, the most challenging thing is probably the cultural change that there is
Involved in it.
involved in BIM. Yeah. So, you can have the best tools and the best processes in place, but if you can't get the people to adopt this and change the way they work, try something new, then it becomes a challenge to get over that, to get over those blockers and break the wall. And for you?
For me, the most challenging is exactly how I can engage people. Because the BIM at the end, it's not a show of one person. I need my players, and how I can create this scope of rules, right, which will be clear for every player, and not that players will not lose interest in this game. I think the frustration which I'm experiencing in this matter is if management of a project or a client, they don't really understand what VDC is doing with the project or what BIM stands for. That is my biggest one.
And that has knock-on effects of it not progressing because now they're not very willing to pay for it. So in some ways, for me, the frustration is not seeing BIM as this value add service or an additional thing, but actually us now saying that we want to work like this and this is now included as part of our fees. So it's almost not pushed onto the client, but it's actually integrated into your internal business processes. So there's lots of technology and tools out there right now, and lots of, as BIM is upcoming and becoming more popular, many trends are in place right now. And what do you think is the most interesting trend for you?
There are many trends, many interesting trends, and they're always kind of running, right, to overtaking each other. My favorite is, of course, again, about analyzing things and artificial intelligence, how software is getting smarter. And I think one of the example where we can see right now, not so much in the construction industry, but already like moving to us closely, it's photos recognition, like face recognition, for example, from the Google Photos or from the photos from Mac. So where you like putting your pictures and all Annekas appear. Not always not only Annekas, but you have to teach your computer, right, to understand your face. And the same can happen as well for the construction, right? So the construction pictures can be analyzed. This is the device, this is the door, this is the drywall, and like drywallers, they are always used to screw the schedule of construction. So it will be so nice to see exactly the progress tracking based on the pictures, which are taking anyways daily, on the daily base, right? Yeah. And as well moving with the artificial intelligence of robots, who are like moving through the building, analyzing the obstacle, reprogramming the paths of moving based on the previous history or maybe based on the data, which was first input.
For me as well, I think out there right now, augmented reality is very hot right now. So, just that simple thing of overlaying your model, being able to just see things in your room. It's very popular in real estate right now. Personal interest of mine would be structuring information correctly. So the I in BIM is very important to me. Not so much the B and M. I like the spoon in between that's mixing everything else in. So how is that information structured in a meaningful way in which you can pass on the information between the various design and construction phases and beyond that too for the whole lifetime of an asset? And, as a modeler, when I model things, I'm consciously thinking about how the information is structured. And some of the things that are in development is IFC. It's come a long way now. As well as the Internet of Things as well. These trends are ones that I'm watching. I wanted to ask you, as people are coming into BIM, maybe they're new to BIM, maybe they know everything about BIM or not, what advice would you have for them or any tips for our audience?
The reason why we created the space and my recommendation is to each individual over there, don't be shy to ask any questions. There's definitely no stupid questions, but many stupid answers, particularly in BIM. So I really recommend to go deeper and detailed, like to ask, what do you mean by this, by your answer, or how exactly you achieved the result which you achieved, what is your level of information, just exactly go deeper to the last stone, to the last letter to understand how it was created and why. What advice you will give to our audience, to these beginners and BIM, maybe VTC beginners?
Yeah, I think be open to new ideas. Don't resist change. And also, be forgiving, because not everybody receives change in a positive way. So be forgiving, but never give up challenging at the same time. Always ask those questions that you need. And I guess for those who are implementing BIM right now or working on projects with BIM, I would say, just keep an eye out on that execution plan of yours and enforce it. Be strict around the details of that.